Welcome to Dan ARG YouTube. Emmanuel Aibogun say some people for Obagie community for Benin City for Edo State don't turn this woman wey sit down here with her pikin to widow. Emmanuel Aibogun say this woman don't talk say some people call am for phone tell am say they don't catch her husband for Obagie, say they won't kpai am. After dem kpai am finish, the woman no go see her husband dead body bury. This na the phone call wey she receive. Make I leave you make you hear from Emmanuel Aibogun and the woman as she dey talk wetin happen to her husband for Obagie.
November 4th, me and her talk in the morning. So towards in the afternoon, they use the number take call me. Say they don't kill my husband or even if dead body I no go see bury. So since then now, we dey look for am, we never see am. They send police go Obagie. They still attack the police, they shoot them. So since then, I never hear from her, I never see her. The dead body now, they kill her now, they not drop the dead body. The body now we not see. Because they already tell me say the dead body I not go see bury. Since then now only God know how to take the survive. So now make me say my cry, come out, me wanna help me. They keep person, they still carry the body.
Okay. All right, no problem. Yes, a warm good morning, good afternoon, good day, depending on your geographical position at the very moment when you're watching me live. I remain no other person than yours, noble right activist, Comrade Aibogun Emmanuel. And if you're just joining me live, seated next to me is Mrs. Joy AZUKA Sunday. I wouldn't be going quick into her plight, but before hearing from her, I just want to give a little breakdown. Firstly, I want to appreciate all my fans across the globe. I also want to use this medium to tell you that 2025 will be a better year for all Edo persons. And as you all know, this is my very first broadcast for 2025. I have agreed not to mix activism with politics at a time like this, so that we're shaping what the rights and the privileges of our citizens who are currently oppressed should be, so as to attain that ideal egalitarian society for all of us. This very morning, you guys know is no longer news. I have been battered, I have been arrested, I have been multiple times arrested on trump-up charges, on allegations, unfounded allegations, over my interest to advocate for people and persons who are oppressed in their aboriginal communities in Edo South, particularly as it relates to communal crisis. I want to, before going into our issue, I want to draw the minds of my viewers who are out there. If you observe throughout the festive season, I made a post of the two young men who have been declared wanted by the Nigerian police force, particularly the Zone 5 police formation, for multiple murder, arson, promoting native war, and unlawful possession of firearms. You agree with me that over the days, this group of persons have actually resulted to killing human beings because they want to continuously advocate and administrate communal sales of lands. And to that effect, they have formed a militia group. They had enjoyed the patronage of government, particularly under the SSG leadership of Osarodin Oge and one chief, Osaroida, who happened to be a senior chief in the palace. These persons have orchestrated crisis by way of change of traditional leadership in the community through the back door. However, that has led to multiple shooting, killing, destruction of properties and life. But at the tail end of it, a lot of people seem not to know the true position of matters. At some point in time, people have come out to allege me because I stand tall to condemn killings, whether you are pro or against the leadership of a community. Once I see that you are killing a human being because you feel that that will be the only way for you to get the justice you're looking for, I will come all out to say the truth the way it is. If you look behind me, that is why I came all the way to my office. If you look behind me, you see persons who have been killed. Please, could you help me with the camera a little bit further before you take it back to that position? If you come, madam, excuse me, if you come here, you will see this is Odion. This is Mr. Odion Igbinadolo. I'll be talking to him in a couple of days so that the world can see what actually transpired. This is Odion Igbinadolo. This is Mr. Festus Society. This person, you can see clearly here where he was shot with AK-47. You can see how it looks like. He survived. Same thing applied to Mr. Odion Igbinadolo. He survived. What happened is that on the 4th, Mr. Festus was shot. Of November 2023, he was shot. As at the time when he was shot, he was on the hospital receiving treatment. Mr. Odion Igbinadolo, who is the CSO of Obagie community, took policemen to arrest these criminal elements that you see down here that have been declared wanted by the police. To arrest them, in the presence of the police, they shot him with AK-47 right in the presence of the police. This is the Obagie Nebusa. That's why you see I have since placed this banner in my office to demand that not until when justice is rightly given, some of us will not keep quiet or cease to advocate that the right thing be done. Now, having refreshed your mind on this banner, I want to take you to the issue why Mrs. Joy Sunday AZUKA is seated next to me, and young Master AZUKA is also seated next to me. She would explain her own side of the story so that both the governor, both those in government, both those in the past administration, particularly the likes of Obagie, the former SSG, and Chief Osarorida should see what their actions have turned this young man who is seated next to me to be a very smart young man who I believe should enjoy fatherly care. But I think at some moment it appears that has been denied him for life. So now let me go to the issue. Crises have been rocking Obagie Nebusa community since 2023. And since those crises have been rocking, you have gotten over 13 persons shot dead with AK-47. Shot dead with AK-47, and nobody seems to be held liable for it. As I speak to you now, Madam will explain her own part of the story of what she knew and what her pains are before I take it up from there. Thank you, Madam. First of all, introduce yourself, introduce your pikin, who will be, then talk, make the word, make them know what happen. Talk. Everybody, both governor will watch you, both commissioner of police, both AIG, both DSS. Everybody go watch you from this my platform. So go ahead and explain what really happened.
My name is Joy AZUKA. So my husband tell me say they go work for Obagie. October 30, 9 comot. So since then, me and I dey talk through phone. November 4th, me and I talk in the morning. So towards in the afternoon, they use the number take call me. Say they don't kill my husband, or even dead body, I not go see bury. So since then now, we dey look for am, we never see am. They send police go Obagie, they still attack the police, they shoot them. So since then, I never hear from her, I never see her. The dead body now, they kill her now, they not drop the dead body. The body now we not see. Because they already tell me say the dead body I not go see bury. Since then now only God know how to take they survive. So now make me say my cry, come out, me wanna help me. They keep person, they still carry the body. Pikin now they know they go school. We dey like that, only God know how to take they survive since then. So now make me say my cry, come out, come tell Nigeria, may they help me. I never hear from her.
Okay, my viewers out there, I'm going to be asking this woman some questions so that majority of you who are listening, the best you can do for me at this moment to help this woman is to share this video so that it gets to the executive governor of Edo State, so that accurate information will be at the disposal of the governor. Because to the best of my ability as an activist, when this issue happened last year, police from Abuja was notified, who were investigating the multiple case of murder. They were notified. I think the police came, they recorded your statement.
Yes, sir.
Okay, they recorded our statement. At that point in time, I thought it wise to allow the police do their due diligence. So they came, they tried to to effect arrest. On arriving in the community, these same boys shot at them multiple times. In fact, fired 3 policemen and killed a civilian in the process. These videos are in public domain. Madam, no, this is not a time for you to cry. I told you, it's not yet the time for you to cry. I just want you to explain so that people who are listening to you will know what has truly transpired. Now, in recent times, there have been crises between who wants to lead the community or not. And what this woman is made to face now, she is not a member of Obagie Nevosa community. She doesn't reside in Obagie. Her husband only does work there. Madam, wetin make they kill your husband? Or wetin make you suspect they don't kill your husband? Make I use that word.
Because they work, they follow the former chairman for the community. Now a driver. Now they drive the man. Maybe now because of that one, they see and we make the kill him. Because he not be the Obagie person. He not be Bini. So now the driver of the man will be chairman, the former chairman.
Now he make you suspect they go kill him.
Yes.
Now, my viewers out there who are watching, I just want you guys to understand the extent of desperation, anguish, pain, sorrow that they have caused this woman. The husband left the house sometime around November 3rd or October 3rd or 30th. October 30th to go get some of his things and also complete a job that he was giving to us so that he can be paid his balance of money or whatever. On arriving in the community, he was held hostage for about a day or two. Then later, rumor, in fact, they even called her on phone that she won't see her husband again. Then later, it happened that information spread out in the bush radio that the husband and 2 other persons were killed and they were buried, and till date, nobody knows their whereabouts. But what pained me is that in all of these atrocities, in all of these illegalities that take place, the said Uyi Gebo, who you see right here, as the chairman, and his vice chairman, Emmanuel Agbedo, aka Malo. This group of young men have not been able to come forward to explain themselves. They appear to be saying that they are not guilty, but to come forward before relevant authorities to explain themselves, you will hardly see them. When 4 persons were murdered in the community there with AK-47 in a vehicle, I think sometime around last year, they were arrested alongside leaders and elders of our community. At the end of the day they discovered that it was a result of communal clash. They were granted bail. None of them have since resurfaced back to the police station since they were released under the pressure of the SSG to the Commissioner of Police in the name of the former governor. We were aware of all of this. Some of us cried out on the press. We tried to do our due diligence, but because the power of the state were with them at some time, they enjoyed this illegality. Now, what pained me more is that they are still carrying out this same act of terrorism, banditry, killing of innocent persons. This is October. In fact, the period where you saw that killings were on the rise before the governor took over, some of these young men who are currently, in that part of Benin are the ones carrying out this onslaught on human beings. If they see anybody who is not in support of them, whether an indigene or not, they will kill the person. My very self who is seated here, it is no longer news. My wife was on the media. She shouted out when I was arrested. They tried to smuggle me out of Hexagon when they saw me and my wife on the evening when we went to listen to live band. They tried to smuggle me out of Hexagon, but because God protects his own, they could not succeed. They now saw that they had created, an opera that needed to be resolved before they leave. They now quickly called in the military. That was where one Major Issa and some other group of soldiers came to arrest me that night. And despite all the allegations they tried to cook up on me, it couldn't hold waters because I'm only advocating for those persons who are oppressed. I've been sent to prison for doing same, and I will not stop. I will continue to advocate for these people who are oppressed because nobody speaks for them. This woman now, school has begun. throughout the Christmas, I knew how tedious it was for her. For my own little bread, I had to bake a little. And coming out to say that she should just be made to face this pain, why the criminals are at that end of the community in Benin, selling land, making money to the detriment of people like this young boy now. From my own investigation, is fatherless. Only to the fact that his father works for a man and was suspected to be a rival to the current chairman, and he was murdered. As we speak, I have written to the executive governor of Edo State. I have written to the AIG. I've also written to the commissioner of police. And it pains me when we see some of these things. It pains me when we see, you can see here, we have written to the Inspector General of Police, Assistant Inspector General of Police, this is AIG. We have also written to the Executive Governor of Edo State. You know, you can see it here. It pains me that, you know, you can return back to your position. It pains me that things like this go on in our society, and these criminals will end up walking the streets of Benin and feel as if they are upright citizens, haven't killed somebody. That's why these killings will continue to happen, not until when government begin to make them face the full wrath of the law. Now, the point I'm trying to make out here is that even while these persons were shot at, why they shot some of these young men like Odin Igbinadolo and Festus, some of these young boys who orchestrated this crime under the patronage of Uyigebo and Malo, they were arrested. The same day they were arrested and charged to court, the same week they were all granted bail for a manslaughter, murder and attempted murder cases. They were all granted bail because the SSG, you know, Osaodioge wanted them out to prove a point to those boys that he could do, if they can do and undo, he is there to back them up. I stand to be corrected. I'm quoting a senior citizen in this state, and he can come out and I will prove it to him that this was what he did and how he went about it. It is so unjust that even up to the office of the former Attorney General, we all knew what transpired. But it pains me whereby innocent people will be made to suffer. Why those who are the real criminals? Who are the real criminals? They will remain out there orchestrating their criminality and making proceeds from it and earning a living to the detriment of, you know, poor persons like this. This lady is not up to 30. She's in her early 20s. She has been made to be a widow. Is your husband picture here with you?
Yes.
Please bring it so that the world can see. She has been made to be a widow, owing to the fact that the husband was going about looking for his daily bread in a community where there was crisis. And so therefore, he was killed. The young man, this young boy is supposed to be in school. You can see the husband's picture with her and this young boy. You know, this will be sometime when the boy was put to bed. You can see the young man here. So it pains me that people like this are made to face, you know, the pain of criminal activities in this state. A young lady like this, she's now a widow. The child is now fatherless. They find it difficult to even enroll the boy in school. So that is why I want to appeal to those who are in authority, particularly to My Excellency, who I know is doing a lot to ensure that there is stability and security, and these criminal elements are chased out of the state. I can see your efforts to procuring equipment, real-time security equipment that will enhance security. But people like this should not be made to suffer. If there's any way the government can come in to ensure that those criminals are chased out of there and sanity remains in that part of the town, even the commissioner of police, in series of discussion I had, you know, with his office, he attests to the fact that that area is a volatile area where it's giving them a lot of problem and headache. So these young men, we know them. We know those of them who are doing all of these things. They are all criminals. They are well-known criminals. China and the rest of them who have said that AK-47 and the Shiny and the rest of them who have said AK-47 and the rest is not their new source of livelihood. So they will be terrorizing people in as much as they have enough AK-47 with them. So it is to this end I am coming out as, you know, a concerned citizen, as an activist, to say that Ms. Sonny AZUKA Joy should get justice. My Excellency, I want to appeal to you. If you look into this matter, it will go a long way to ensure that there is a stop in all of these ugly menace of communal crisis. In the last 6 months, communal related crises have killed more persons than courtesan. communal related crises have caused more homicide cases in the state than cultism. So I believe those persons who are orchestrating these things, ranging from the fact that some of them go all out to even bribe leaders in the society to do their bidding. That is why some of us are lending a voice. We have boastful and useful evidences to prove our case, to show to the world that this woman is going through hell. If not for the fact that some well-meaning persons who are around have been able to support to an extent, but there is a little or more we can do. So that is why I took it upon myself to make her matter a first case upon resumption of office. And I can assure all well-meaning Edo people that despite the fact that majority of the people know that I supported the governor, in fact, wholeheartedly, we will not allow that to becloud our sense of judgment. And we shall continue to ensure that we create an enabling environment for all Edo people to have their voice heard. This woman does not have the means of crying out for support, for help. But today we have offered her. So please, if you intend to reach out to her, we will make her number available to you so that you can see whatever you can assist her with. This woman is going through hell. Since October last year till date, she has not seen her husband. She can barely feed. This young man has not been able to resume school because of he has to pay for school fees and buy books and prepare for school. So he has been going through a whole lot. So the reason why these things are happening is because Uyi, Gebo, and Malo want to be chairman and vice chairman. So they can kill and unkill. So, My Excellency, there are a whole lot I have to say as regards this matter, but I wouldn't want to put them out here on the media. I believe by the time you order for a detailed investigation into this matter, the truth will be let out of the bag. The cat will be let out of the bag, and everybody will know the true position of what really transpired in that part of town. I want to, at this junction, also commend the AIG for declaring these people wanted, and he should not relent. God will, in his infinite mercy, will bless him by the time he has apprehended these criminals. Because these boys, what they are doing, if they are allowed to stand the test of time, they are going to orchestrate more harm in more other communities. Because it looks like a trade. If you work for them, people will go and start consulting them, because they want to really take over communities and carry out some level of oppression against poor citizens. So it is to this end I want to draw the curtain close. I want to appeal to all those persons who are currently watching. Please, you can do us a lot of good and do Madam a lot of good by sharing this broadcast so that it gets to the governor immediately. And all our YouTube and TikTok and Instagram bloggers that we have across the Edo media space, you have my 100% approval to use this video in whatever platform in your channels so that the governor can get wind of it. However, we'll continue to do our own best to ensure that we draw the attention of the governor as soon as he comes into the state by way of communicating in our own activism stance to ensure that the right thing is done. However, we appreciate the common good of what the governor has done, and we say that we will not relent until justice is served. Once again, thank you and bye for now.
Now we don't hear from Imalo Agbogun and the woman wey dem kpai her husband. Let us know what you think for comment section. If you never subscribe to Dan ARG YouTube, try make you subscribe so that make you for dey hear all the things wey dey happen for Nigeria. Make I leave you with this video, make you help us share am. Thank you for watching Dan ARG YouTube.